Right, hi everyone, welcome. We're doing the Northeast Cheap EV series. This time we're doing between £5,000 and £10,000, so we're in a moderate bracket, and for this hopefully you'll get bigger ranges and better cars. I'm going to skip the Twizy. Sorry, electric vehicle man, I'm not going to go near that. Is that a car? Is that a plane? No. Is it Superman? Not quite sure. But for this price bracket you can get a bit more car, a bit more range, and you might be surprised by the new models that are coming in here. So you've got a 30 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf. Be careful of the batteries in those, get them tested, look at the screen, make sure it's working, don't get your hands bitten by a 30 kilowatt hour one. They've crammed more battery into the same package. It could have overheated, could not be as healthy as you think, and might have less range than a 24 kilowatt hour one if it's been very poorly used or damaged. But you're running into the 30 kilowatt hours, so you might have more range from this Nissan Leaf, which will be interesting. You're getting 41 kilowatt hour Renault Zoe, so you're getting a lot more range than that. This one's only 5 years old, so that is very fascinating. And you're getting a Kia Soul coming in. So let's have a look at these. Kia Soul, quite a funky looking chunky car. I wonder if it was bought by a Mr. Borkwell or whether this is the dealer, who knows. But very square on. They're actually not that big, they're only 4 meters long. So despite it looking very square, it has a bit less room than a Nero and a Kona. But essentially this is a 27 kilowatt hour. Later they do a 64 kilowatt hour with more range. But these are quite nice, of its time, little tiny screens, all this sort of thing. There's a gear lever. What on earth is one of those? But presumably you put it in reverse and forward. Interior looks quite good. The first episode we had a Nissan Leaf with black mould all over it, over a white interior, but this looks in very good nick. Look at the back of these seats. My kids have ruined these bits, but these have either been replaced or the owner has taken very good care of them. So this is a pretty good EV. What's the range on this? Is it showing? It's almost empty. They're not showing what it's going to be, but we can look that up for it. But it'll be 27 kilowatt hours. It's not going to be a lot. Times that by 4, 30 by 420 miles max. You're going to get out of that, minus depreciation. What else can you get? For about 8 grand, you can get a 40 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf. So you're stepping up in the world in terms of range. What are the AA saying there? Don't know. But it's been refreshed. It's got the new style badge versus the old Nissan Leaf. So it's a much better looking car. It's got surprisingly a lot of room. The rear space is quite good in these Leafs. The boots are quite big. This is a much better looking one. There's no mould everywhere like on the first one that we saw, and it's not a bad thing at all. Can we see what the battery indication is? No, because it's a newer one which don't have those bars. But remember, you can always, don't be scared about buying an EV second hand. Just get one of those doofy dips for 40 quid. It's very much worth it, so you can plug it in and just have that peace of mind that I'm definitely not buying a dud. What time are we on? 4 minutes. So I'll put a link into my battery health check videos that you can check out when I looked at my Kona. What else can you get? Well, you can get a Citreon Ami for 8 grand. These are, in France, these aren't classed as a car, though. Counted as a quadricycle. Not that there's any pedals or anything, but these tiny little mini commuter cars with 2 seats in. Some of them, there's no screen or anything like that. There's a speedo. I don't think there's even a radio and stuff like that. In certain models you're supposed to use your phone, this, that and the other. There might not even be a heater. But yeah, they're like a budget little mini car, and they're so cool looking, and it would be so good if the UK market would go to using these things, as they're so light, they take up so little room, etc. But I guess with the Smart 22s they've kind of proven not to be a thing. Yeah, you can get one new for about £8,000. Seems a lot for what little you get. The range on them is very low. It's something like 40 miles because there's a tiny battery in these things, but they are quite cool. You can also get these smart 2.2s. I really wanted one of these back in the day, but some of them are mild hybrid drive, so they're petrol cars with a little bit of regen, etc. But you can get electric ones. So it's a 60 kilowatt motor, so 90 horsepower, but it's only got a 17 kilowatt hour battery, so times that by 4, you're getting less than 80 miles, you're getting 60 probably. So it's an around town commuter car with 2 seats, a tiny boot. And again, these are the ones that they sort of advertise with, you can park them sideways on the road, you'll fit so much more cars in and around the city and parking and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, they had me sold. I always wanted one of these. I wanted one of the roadsters, the smart roadsters as well. I think they were petrol ones, but you know, even the petrol versions are very sort of fuel efficient, etc. So for £8,500, you could get one of these if you so wanted. But you're also coming into the 40 kilowatt hour Zoes, so times that by 160 miles of range. You could perhaps even get in summer 5 times that, so maybe up to 200 if you're driving at 50 or something like that. Very nice cars. Check that it's not a battery lease. You don't get much advantage from reduced price for battery leases these days, and you'll be paying a monthly fee. You could get an e-Golf. Why did VW not just switch to an e-Golf instead of the ID3? Might have sold a lot better if they put a bigger battery in these things. These are only 36 kilowatt hour batteries, so not the best range. 120 miles, maybe 150 if you're driving slowly or something like that. But they're very usable commuter cars, and the classic Golf styling is very popular, and they're very nice. Owners really like them. Nice reversing camera, all that sort of thing. Standard Golf stuff. You think you do have a petrol transmission tunnel, and they may even put some of the high voltage components in that, but yeah, very nice. You get an e-Golf. They're very stylish, very good. £9,000. What else have we got? We've got a 52 kilowatt hour Zoe, which is absolutely amazing. So these are really good. You could easily get 250 miles out of these in summer, 200 in winter, or maybe a bit less. But you've got MGZSs. This is the low range version, but there's MGZS is dipping under 10 grand these days. What else can you get? You get the Volkswagen E-Up, which is quite an exciting little car. These are very popular. You can get 4 people in them as long as they're not too tall, and they're nice popular little cars. This one's done 40,000 miles in about 5 years, I seem to recall. 2021, oh no, only 3 years. It's doing absolutely amazing. Lovely blue colour. These look amazing when I see them going past. It's claiming to do 161 miles. That's quite good from only a 36 kilowatt hour battery, and so you're getting that for just under 10 grand. And the last one, I thought I'd see more of these, but we didn't, is the BMW i3's carbon fibre chassis. Very high-tech BMW car, quite powerful. Some of them, you get the i3 and you get the i3S for the sport with a bit more power. You also get a Rex version, and you get these crazy, they call them suicide doors. Don't know why, probably a silly name to put, but you can only open the back doors if you've opened the front. But it's better than pushing the seat forward anyway. So they're alright, and they're very sort of innovative looking cars. They were ahead of their time. They didn't sell that well, but they are universally loved by their owners, I think. Giles Corran, one of the Telegraph writers who did a hatchet job on his iPace, and says that all of these are awful, secretly has an i3 and loves it. So even the anti-EV trolls love an i3. So see what you think of this one. It's claiming a 200 mile range. Interestingly, you'll see them advertising amp hours. You can get a 60 amp hour, 90 amp hour, and 120 amp hour, which is another way of talking about battery capacity. But it doesn't sit well with me. I don't really know what amp hour means versus kilowatt hour, but it's just another way of measuring capacity. But for 10 grand you can get a BMW. So that looks like it's it. This one, there won't be any more under 10 grand, but what a great car to finish on. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to cover. I'll probably do a 10 to 15 grand car one, as well as a under 20, to see if you can get any nice luxury models for under 20 grand second hand. Will a Model Y be there? Will there be lots of Model 3s there? Is there anything else you're excited to see for the under 20 grand car? There'll be lots of Konas and Neros and stuff like that, which were some of the pioneering long-range EVs in the beginning in 2018 and 2019. So we'll see what we can find. Alright then everybody, like, comment, subscribe, let me know if there's anything else you'd see. What model should I be focusing on? What did I not tell you about each of these models that I should have known and should have told you? What did I miss? Okay everyone, thanks for coming. See you in the next one. Bye!